Everybody, and welcome to day 14 of an album a day, 2 weeks in a row every day. That's crazy. Before I start this one, I'm going to announce that I do have a new podcast starting the beginning of February. It is going to be in the style of the Magicians podcast. For those of you who followed Uriah Heep, the Magicians podcast, 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, while Wednesday will continue to be the Haskincast podcast. That is an ongoing saga for quite some time. Not ready to announce what the show is going to be yet, but just be aware it will start the first week of February, the very first Monday. I think that's the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, but get ready. There will be a starter episode on January 15th because I need to upload something to get the RSS feed going. And that will kind of explain what the podcast is going to be and all that good stuff. So get ready for that. I will make the announcement when that is ready. Also, we're going to get into Day 14's album. This is the first album I'm talking about in my soundtrack collection. I love this album. I love the movie. The album, as much as I love it, it's a little bit weird. And we're talking, of course, about the 1979 film and soundtrack to Disney's The Black Hole. Now, this one... it's really weird because the overture is just this really lovely orchestral piece that seems very disconnected from the majority of the film. It doesn't feel like a standard overture, but we're not getting the full soundtrack here either. So I'd really have to go back and compare it. But musically, it's completely different from the stuff on the album. So it's kind of a weird thing in and of itself. But I am very happy to say that this is a first edition 1979 copy from the US. The jacket itself is in near mint condition. I mean, there's a tiny bit of wear on the corners of the top. It is still in the original plastic, which is nice. So the sticker that you see, this little green price sticker, is on the outside, as is the digital sticker, which is nice because they preserved that as part of it. Now, I have to wonder, it says that this is the first digital soundtrack. I have to wonder what that means. What was digital recording in 1979? We barely had Atari, so I don't know. But in any case, the vinyl is fantastic. I love this Vista logo. The sticker is very vibrant, colorful. Reminds me of, is it MCA, I think, kind of similar, although that was all black with the lines of color. But again, here's where we get back to what I was talking about, here on this side and here on this side, they're almost perfectly symmetrical. Vinyl's in near mint condition, but excellent soundtrack. The real hit for me on this, and I could listen to this over and over again or just loop it for hours, is not the overture, but the main title. That also recurs later. I think it's on Into the Hole, and then end title. There's a little bit of variation between those two, but it's just this amazing piece of music, and it's really the brass and the strings that make it up. I would have to wonder if I had been in the orchestra, just listening to this song as we're recording it, going, what the hell is this movie? Because this music is so interesting and so interesting and intriguing. I would have to know more about the movie, and I don't know if the musicians got to see it on the screen as they were recording it. Usually their backs are to that, but excellent soundtrack. Disney's The Black Hole. John Barry wrote it. Fantastic piece of music. Also a great movie. Really enjoyed it. And if you think about 1979, I mean, we barely had Star Wars. It graphically, visually, the practical effects, I mean, everything is just so incredibly well done in this movie. It's definitely, I don't know if it won awards or not, but as far as I'm concerned, at least for the visuals, it certainly should have. But an excellent movie. Can't say that there's it's kind of edgy for Disney, I think, but when they were doing movies, I think some of their stuff was a little more not racy, but there was kind of I don't know, just a little bit more violence than I would expect for a Disney movie. But I mean, certainly nothing I'm offended by, but just a little surprising for what their standards tend to be. I mean, they're banning episodes of Boy Meets World because they're talking about sex. So I mean, really weird that they would have put this out under their name and not some sub company that was under them. But it's actually a Disney release. But anyway, check it out. Movie, soundtrack, all fantastic stuff. check out not the overture, but well, I mean, you can check out the overture. It's cool, but check out main title because that piece is just, it's one of my favorite pieces of music of all time. Thank you guys for this. We'll see you tomorrow for whatever the hell album I'm going to cover. I don't even know yet. Cheers.